Hello students, welcome back to your online classes. Today in English 2 we are going to start a new poem and the name of the poem is Rajia the Tigress. First we will read first stanza, which is first four line, and you have to listen it very carefully. The tigress Rajia lives alone. Her two cubs have not yet been named. Sheru barely played with them, and now he is gone. Oh, what a shame! So, in this stanza, the poet describes a family of tigers. The mother is called Rajia and the father is called Sheru. They have two cubs, but the cubs have not yet been given names. In just such a short time after the cub's birth, Sheru has died and left his family alone. He has never even played with his children, with his two children. Rajia's cubs are newborns. The poet says that their father, Sheru, has barely played with them. Rajia constantly fears that her cubs might be hunted by hyenas. This means that the cubs are not big enough to protect themselves. Now we will come to next stanza. Sheru was an expert on winds, knew how they traversed dale. Traversed means traveled across, and dale means valley and hill. And where they put up. Put up, the blue word means stay temporarily for the night. When no leaf stirred. Stirred means to move, and all was still. Still means calm and quiet. So in the second stanza, the poet describes what Sheru is remembered for. He had immense knowledge of the winds that blow in the forest. They came down from hills and travelled across valleys to reach the forest, where Sheru lived with his family. Sheru even knew that the winds had not disappeared when at night the leaves on the trees stopped rustling and no sound could be heard anywhere in the forest. Sheru believed that the winds were simply choosing to stay hidden until the morning, when they would strike again as if they were travelers taking shelter at an inn for the night before they began their journey the next day. So Sheru knew everything about the winds. He knew when the winds would blow and when it would be still. This knowledge gave him sufficient advantage because he knew that the deer could smell him if he moved downwind. Next we will do third stanza. He knew his winds, their traffic lanes. He knew the deer would smell him out if they were downwind, so he would belly crawl and crouch. So crouch means to put your body close to the ground by bending your legs under you. In this stanza, the poet describes how crafty Sheru was. Sheru knew that if his scent was picked up by the winds, then that scent would be carried cleanly to the deers that he was trying to hunt. In that case, the deer would avoid walking in the direction in which Sheru was. To avoid such a circumstances, Sheru would crouch down and crawl with his belly touching the ground so that his scent would not be picked up by the wind. Sheru knew that the deer could smell him if he moved downwind, so he would therefore crawl and crouch and take a long route to his prey. He would then suddenly attack from ambush after making sure that his scent was not carried to the deer. So each tiger has a distinctive smell associated with it. The fellow tigers and other animals are aware of it. This smell also allows cubs to identify their mothers. Sheru has a thick and musty smell. The deer could not smell the tiger's scent because Sheru would not move downwind. He would take a long route or a roundabout way to attack his prey. Children, rest of the stanzas we will do in our next class, in our next video. Till then, you have to go through the word meanings and the 3 stanzas which I have taught you in this video. Thank you.